Chapter 17. Epilogue. 3 months later.
Can I ask you something, boss?
A nervous woman approached the desk. Depends, but you can ask, her boss replied, reading through a letter.
Why did you do that?
The boss hummed. What's your name? The woman swallowed thickly, a sudden unease creeping into her veins.
I'm Hailey Paten, boss.
Scythe hummed. Hailey Paten. Why did I do what? Hailey shifted.
Why did you make those people do what they did? Rob those places?
Scythe hummed quietly. Many reasons, Hailey Paten. Where do I start? Scythe turned in the chair, folding up the letter and putting it into a desk drawer. One of the main reasons is to prevent greed. There is a reason that it's a deadly sin. Scythe opened the office door. Walk with me. They moved quickly, almost too quick for Hailey to catch up. One of the contestants, Smiths and Logistics, came along later, but Griffin Enterprises? They're a real estate company, so what use do they have for jewellery, right? Hailey stumbled over something in the ground, quickly flushing when Scythe turned their face to hers.
Oh, yes.
Scythe looked back to the front and continued walking. Well, Griffin Enterprises, before they merged with another company and liquidated them, owned some high-end medical facilities up on the west coast. A family member of mine became very, very sick. Scythe paused, waiting for Hailey to catch up.
Are they okay now?
Scythe sighed quietly. No, but she copes and is fine with it. But I wasn't okay with it. Scythe's face changed, twisting bitterly. I tried to get her into one of the medical facilities. She was accepted, and for 6 months I saw a slow but sure development in her health, and she was becoming herself again. Scythe's face soured, but she was healing too slowly. Griffin Enterprises cut her from their program, saying that they couldn't help her anymore. When I looked into their business, I uncovered something that, granted, wouldn't cure her, but would help her with her daily life immensely. It was almost like a cancer cure. Hailey listened intently. I knew that Griffin Enterprises wouldn't want that getting released into the public. It would ruin their chances of a fat price tag on a cheap product, almost. So, I attempted to sway them with a mildly veiled threat. Scythe stopped at a balcony overlooking the busy courtyard below. Initially, they didn't take me seriously. Scythe chuckled. So, I leaked something cryptic enough to bypass those who didn't know, but be noticed by those who did. Hailey copied Scythe and leaned against a metal railing. They didn't like this, Scythe continued. Hailey waited a beat before speaking.
What did they do?
Scythe was quiet for a few moments. They came after my family, buying out their properties from their landlords, threatening to evict them onto the streets and take everything. Hailey frowned. Then they charged my family member for all her treatments, despite her original contract stating that they wouldn't. But they destroyed all the evidence of the original document and forged a new one, with her signature. Hailey scoffed.
That's disgusting.
Scythe nodded. I know. I had nothing else to lose, so I leaked the information I had to a news outlet. Griffin Enterprises blamed the liquidated company, something like Johnson & Son Care, on the medical drama and said their only connection was owning the property. Scythe's eyes locked onto the guy in the middle of the courtyard with a slight head tilt. Griffin Enterprises sold off the medical facilities and chose to buy everything up instead, including putting in offers on the jewellery stores. They wanted to own the buildings. Scythe smiled. So I stopped them by buying the company myself. Scythe turned to Hailey. When I have enough money, I will buy Griffin Enterprises and liquidate them. But not before dropping a subtle hint to an FBI friend of mine. Once they have the FBI on their ass, and they've all been arrested, I'll buy the company and liquidate it. Hailey nodded gently, trailing onto the guy in the courtyard.
What about Smiths and Logistics?
Scythe hummed. One of the people I hired for this knows them. Her family owns Smithson, and she doesn't like her family. So, she joined on the condition that I take their company too. Hailey nodded.
Makes sense, but why did they want jewellery stores?
Scythe shrugged. I couldn't tell you. She never told me. One of the terms of her agreement was to not ask questions, so I didn't. Scythe turned with a sly grin. But I'll find out. I always do. Scythe made their way down some steps, approaching the guy in the courtyard.
We were both handed 40 years with parole at 20. Make sure our money stays safe and untouched. We expect you shortly. Griffin and Gupta.
Scythe hummed. Well, we've no use for the money. Who are you, anyway?
Oh, Evan Carmichael.
Scythe smiled at a woman as she handed over a slightly fussy baby. Scythe sighed fondly and displayed some keys to the infant, who took immediate interest. Tomorrow, we begin. The courtyard erupted into protests. I'm sorry, did I ask for opinions? Scythe snapped.
How are we getting them out?
Somebody shouted.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Griffin and Gupta are in high security prison.
Scythe nodded slightly. True, but everybody has a price, and I can assure you, we have spare money to fill that price. Plus, Scythe paused. I'm doing the breakout.
Why you?
The person challenged. Scythe sniffed. Because I'm the person they're least likely to expect. She grinned and pulled her sunglasses down. I'm Astrid fucking Clark.